now. Oops, we're ending this one. Okay. Now we're starting this one. Okay. Recording has started. There you go. All right. Sit back and relax and enjoy the following program. It begins in 3, 2, 1.
The world has caught a virus, so I've written you a poem. We need your help to cure it, so stay the at home. And if you have got 12 kids or you're living on your own, lock it down and isolate and stay the at home.
Hey, let's meet at Applebee's.
The morning stream, the morning stream, the morning stream, the morning stream, morning stream.
This is the morning stream. Oh, crappy crap. Oh, I just spilled my coffee on my keyboard.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the morning stream. That was a long time ago. Scott Fletcher's fine. He cleaned up.
As far as he's recovered from that?
Yeah, that was years ago. The keyboard probably ruined. I probably had to get a new one. But that was long before we were trapped at home, thinking of each other and of you, dear listeners. We hope you're doing well here on the morning stream.
How are you doing with week 2 of lockdown? Like, are you getting out at all? Are you getting out and doing your walking? Of course, walking the dog, right?
Yeah, a little bit of walking here and there. Working out in the house. So started a regime. Do you want to hear what my workout regime is?
Routine? Your regime? Sure.
My regime. All right, here it is. 50 push-ups a day. 50 squats a day. This will scale as I get better.
Sure.
50 squats a day, 50 lunges a day, 150 crunches / core reps, so whatever those are, whatever I can work out there. 1 minute plank. So you know the plank.
Of course.
Hold that for a minute.
Hot meme of 2004.
Right, planking. Except those people were just laying around, right? They weren't actually
right,
planking.
exactly. Yeah, they weren't actually doing any sort of exercise.
Yeah. 3 minute jumping jacks, 5 minute shadow boxing. I did not do the boxing yesterday, but I did everything else. So I'm a little sore. I'm a little tired. I also feel like I'm a little under the weather. I feel like I'm getting a little something, but not this virus. That's because
of course, yeah.
It's not
that's
one of
the thing.
those.
I mean, the fact that spring colds still are going to exist and still are going to somehow crop up, which is funny because how are you going to get a spring cold now when, again, we're staying away from anybody who would give the cold to us?
Right.
Let alone the coronavirus.
They're just generating on their own, I guess, but I don't know what's happening. But anyway, I'm just feel like a little off today. But yesterday, so to answer your question, here's what we do to stop from going crazy.
Sure.
We cook up 8 racks of ribs and then deliver them to everyone. So yesterday, Kim,
awesome. I didn't get mine. I'm just saying. I'm looking outside.
We were in Green River. I should have told you Green River
should
was
have honked.
Place. Yeah, I should have honked. Grand Junction. That's where I was.
That's right.
So Kim got it in her head that she would help some folks out who were in less good circumstances than we are, and so she ended up getting a bunch of ribs on sale and made baby back ribs for all these people, and she did it in a sous vide. So we did like 2 days of cooking, and then they were really good, falling off the bone, kind of tender, real good stuff, and then saucing it up and then taking it over to people. And so so this is how that goes. We get out on the road and we go to the house and we run up to the door and we lay it on the ground in front of the door in a wrapped thing, Yeah.
No, just loose ribs right on the welcome mat.
Yeah. And then we run back to the car and then we don't even ring their doorbell because I don't want to touch anything. And so we just text them on the phone and say, hey, check your front door. There's something there for you. So they come out and they get the ribs. Well, we made a half rack for us and it was amazing. We had that yesterday. But then I think maybe I ate too many ribs, and I think that's why I feel a little off. I ate too much pork. Just a little too much pork maybe happened.
Sure.
But anyway, that's what we've been doing is that and like packages. The baby needed whole milk, and they couldn't find anywhere they were at, so we found whole milk and took it over there, and we had some I forgot to mention this. So big ups and thoughts go out to I Beat a Bloke. I don't know if he's in the chat today or not. But Jim Jensen, who lives about 25 minutes north of me, he's one of the great tadpoolers, just the nicest human being, nicest guy. For those at old Nerdtaculars, you'll remember he's the one that dressed up like George R. Martin every year.
Yes.
And looks just like him.
Amazing cosplay.
Yeah, it's really good. Anyway, him and Robin are awesome, and we got wind that he was really sick, like super, super sick.
Oh God. Okay.
So he had actually gotten so sick they had to go to the ER, and when they went, they gave him a test for the thing, but they don't have results yet because that takes like days for some reason to get
But
tests
they
on
had a
that.
new one that's like you can get a result in minutes, maybe even like hours, maybe even minutes. Like,
Yeah, I don't know how
has
pervasive
that
it is
not
yet.
been okay?
Who
Hasn't made
knows?
it
Because they
figure
told
out.
him he had to wait. So he's backlog testing, and then while he's there, though, there was some kind of talk of some sort of clot. So that's not good.
Oh.
But also he's unemployed at the moment because the last job ended, and this all happened at a bad time. So now there's not insurance. So now he's not sure what to do. Anyway, that really bummed us out. So we ran out there and left him a whole bunch of not drink. We didn't leave him. You know what I mean? Stuff is what I mean. Stuff.
Ribs, sure, goodies.
So
things he needs,
this
yeah.
is what if I was left to my own devices, Brian, what I would do with this sort of stuff is I would curl up in a ball in a blanket and not move. That's what I would do.
Right.
Kim is the opposite. She is like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm cooped up and I hate this and this is awful. What are the 400 things I can do to take my mind off of it? And a lot of that is how many other people can I go and help? And so that's her
That's amazing
jam.
because I mean, when she's doing that, she's not sitting there kind of stressing about what's going on. She's like, all right, got a job, got to focus. I'm like keeping busy.
Right.
It's brilliant. It's a really good way to A, keep from thinking about what's going on, and B, turn it into something positive for everyone else.
Yeah.
We did deliveries Saturday.
Mm.
There were a couple packages that arrived for the kids, so we took those over to their apartment. Same kind of thing, basically. All right, we're gonna leave them on your porch, and we'll text you when we're back in the car. Like total airlock.
Mm.
And my buddy who has a candy store, which is obviously closed right now,
Yeah.
delivered some ice cream to us, and we delivered it to a few of our relatives and friends. So we made sure to get that out to them. Actually, this week I should be able to announce a thing we're doing on his website where people can order some of his candy. He makes amazing hard candy, like just your basic, hard candy, Jolly Ranchery kind of stuff, but way better.
Do you do suckers? We
including
have
like
some suckers, maybe some suckers.
No, hard candy, Scott.
Oh.
Don't try and don't put candy in my mouth.
All right.
But he does he has different degrees of heat on cinnamon, and the extra hot is fantastic, and you better be prepared for it. But I'll have information on that for folks if they want to check it out and help support a really cool guy and a cool local business.
Yeah, I agree. That's a cool thing to do. I love cinnamon.
Yeah.
If I miss anything about the Shug days, it's anything with cinnamon in it. Miss that.
Yeah.
La, la, la. We also saw the kids. We went and saw Nick and Carter. They were downtown hanging out at Carter's apartment because they live right there next to each other. So
That's cool.
they'll hang out here and there.
They're all healthy. Everybody doing well.
Doing okay. Nick had a real rotten cold for a few days, but that turned out to be just that, and he's okay now. But we got to see them from about 10 feet away and just sort of stand there and hang out and talk a little bit and chat and how's this and how's that, and left him some ribs also, and that was weird. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. I mean, I like seeing my kids. I love seeing them even 10 feet away, but I don't like not hugging them. I don't like not being close to them. I freaking hate it. Like Carter kept saying, it's really hard for me, Dad, not to like gravitate over to where you guys are.
Yeah.
She goes, I just feel this weird, like this force that's making me want to go over there. And I'm like, I know, but it's all going to be good. We're all good. Eat those ribs. Everything's good. And then Kim cried her eyes out in the car, and then we drove away. So,
Aw.
yeah, rough moment there. But all that being said, the dog is as cuddly as she's ever been. And so,
Boy, yeah. What is it about right now that the animals are like, oh, you're home all the time. Oh, your lap's always available. This is great.
Yeah, it's pretty great because she just wants to be all up in it all the time, and it's nice. I like it. Kim does not like the dogs doing that to her, so it's opposite feeling from her. But I do enjoy that.
That's cool.
Well, there was one other thing I was going to tell you about, and I forgot what it was. Well, maybe we already talked about it. We talked about last Thursday that I finished the Tiger King deal that I recommended on Wednesday.
Yeah, I did as well. But I think I finished it after you and I talked. I think when we did our play date on Friday,
Oh,
I think we still had a few episodes to go.
right. And I think that may have been the night I finished. So we may have just talked Film Sack morning or something.
Maybe, yeah. Holy
it.
mackerel. That
Wasn't that
Great.
something?
so that was absolutely something. I mean, bat crap crazy throughout start to finish.
Everybody,
And,
everyone is nuts. Can you believe?
Yeah.
Can you believe that thing with in the office with the security
oh,
camera and the
geez.
Louise?
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh
No
my
kidding. That
gosh.
poor, okay, that guy, you know what? We were talking about how everyone in that thing is crazy. The guy that isn't crazy is the guy that ended up being the guy that witnessed that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you just see him on camera going, "Oh my god!"
Oh yeah, that guy, the Walmart, the guy that got
Walmart employee turned campaign manager.
the one that choked on his vape in that one episode.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a thing, man. And the worst part is, I don't want to spoil any of this because you could easily look this up and find out for yourself. But there's a certain character in there, and let's call him one of the more prominent characters, is now in a place where he can't enjoy what would have been his greatest fame. He was always aiming for this level of fame, and he only got it now that he's in a certain place. If you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Can't enjoy it there as much as you can when you're on the outside.
Yeah, well, I want an update on Doc is what I want. I want to know what's going on with Doc.
I don't want to know any of his
Because
dirty
the end
business.
credits seem to point that Doc was getting a little bit of police attention.
Yeah, raid
Yeah,
that
well,
place. Find there's stuff.
exactly.
He's hiding stuff, guaranteed.
Yeah, exactly.
He is the weirdest. He was the weirdest guy in the whole thing, if you ask me.
Totally was. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't leave my my newborn baby with any of them.
Yeah.
Not a single one of them.
Yep.
But he'd be the one I'd probably be most worried about.
I wouldn't leave the baby with Carol. I wouldn't leave him with anybody.
No.
There's nobody in this thing I want
No.
to hang around.
Not long earlobes McGee looks like Prince Charles dude.
Nope. Not even shirtless meth boyfriend. I don't want him to
for
do
sure
it.
not. Yeah.
Yeah. That guy didn't want to wear a shirt. Just never wear a shirt.
Did not want to wear a shirt, and when you get a tattoo that's going to cover up the love of your life that you're no longer with, maybe make it big enough to cover all the letters on either side of it.
I love that kind of stuff.
Spend the extra $10, and
I love that kind of stuff because it was just piling on, like this is all bad enough, but this tattoo to cover up this thing isn't even good. It's just like barely covering it. There's still words sticking out.
still words sticking out the right side. So yeah, exactly.
Really bad. Anyway, it's
Anyway,
worth binging, everybody. You guys should see it. It's a train wreck worth watching.
It is. I do feel bad for. I mean, obviously, feel bad for the animals in this whole situation because there is some stuff. I mean, you guys were saying, well, during recommendals. Well, I mean, you see some stuff that happens to the animals. I wasn't prepared for all the stuff that that I was seeing happen to those poor animals, those poor tigers, and especially the poor cubs. Oh my god.
Yeah. It sucked.
Ugh.
It sucked.
But we'll be hanging out at Walmart making some pizza for everybody this afternoon. So make sure you come on by the local Walmart and never mind the smell. It's totally fine. Good pizza.
Oh my gosh, all I could think about was my neighbor's broken freezer and all their bad meat.
Right.
It was so bad, dude.
Anyway.
Yeah, we don't want to give too much away. Go watch it. Every
No.
episode is a crazy thing on top of the last, and worth every moment of your time.
I'll tell you this:
Yeah.
the week before, so I guess we're technically on week 2 of the self quarantine situation.
It feels like 3 weeks. I feel like we started
It does
about a
feel
week
like
ahead.
3 weeks. Yeah, maybe it is 3 weeks. These last few days have been like we didn't do as much binge watching of stuff until the last 5 or 6 days, and now I feel like I've been binge watching everything. So boy, do I have recommendals for Wednesday. It's like a matter of like which thing am I going to talk about?
Sure. We may have to double up and do like 2 a week
Might
or
have to
something.
double. Yeah, I think we might. I might have to double
It's
up.
kind of where we're at. All right. Well,
And I'm not even counting the stuff that's like I finished the last season of Sex Education, finished the last season of Altered Carbon. I'm not even counting the stuff that is like something I previously recommended that had a new season.
does it
New
count?
stuff.
Does it count that every night we're watching reruns of Bob's Burgers because it makes Kim feel like normal life? She likes that.
That absolutely counts. That's a definite thing to recommend is that people watch stuff like that to
Yeah.
calm themselves down.
Something weirdly grounding about it.
For sure.
All right. Let's do this because we need the fun.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Speaking of fun, joining us right now is the always fun from fun.com, Brian Fun Dunaway. Hello, Brian.
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Hi.
I totally don't own fun.com, but if I did, I wouldn't be on here right now.
Wouldn't that be cool? I wonder, hold on, is that even let me see what fun.com is.
I'd be
right now.
afraid.
Fun.com.
I'd be very afraid.
Isn't fun.com, aren't they like the Halloween costume people?
I'm looking. Oh, yeah, it's all costumes and, well, no,
Yeah.
it looks like it's a bunch of stuff. Gifts for men, gifts for women, gifts for kids, costumes, clothing, toys, home office.
Gifts for everybody.
Yeah. I don't know what
Yeah.
a lot of costumes it looks like, a lot of accessories.
Yeah, this is where I got my Riddler jacket that I had for Nerdtacular a few years ago, and the suit that I'm going to eventually wear to James and Svet's wedding, in quotes.
Also the Riddler costume, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, the Riddler's in there. Sure.
I did say Riddler. I did say the Riddler jacket,
Yeah.
didn't I?
Oh, did
Okay.
you? Maybe
Yeah,
you did.
yeah.
The Riddler jacket's got a red on air light in it. It should be really good.
Yeah, it should be great. I'm looking at the costume section. Oh, they have a ton of stuff in here.
Yeah, lots of suits, lots of really cool superhero influence designs of suits, like a Tony Stark Iron Man colored suit, but it's still like a suit jacket that
Wow.
you can almost get away with wearing to an FBI McDonald's pitch meeting.
They have a St. Patrick's Day suit that is just the most green, covered in like shamrock looking thing and beer. There's lots of beer on it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Let's pick one of those up.
McDonald's, Shamrock Shake, all this stuff
don't
makes
even
me
get
want to
me
go
started.
have McDonald's DoorDash to my house.
There you go. You totally do
That's
that.
right. Hey, let's find out who we have waiting on the line ever so patiently to play today's game. Hi, who's this?
Hello,
Hi, who's this?
this is Jam Joyzer.
Oh, well, hello, John
Oh,
Joyzer.
Jam Joyzer, the Jam Joyzer. The guy
Oh,
who does
Jam
our,
Joyzer.
Haiku guy.
Oh, haiku guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now we have
Hey,
a
we love your haikus.
yeah. Now we have a nickname for him.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, he's haiku guy. I like it. Hey, haiku guy, it's good to have you here. Welcome to the show. We're gonna play Battle Royale, and you're gonna probably win some prizes. Who knows? It depends on how you pick the winners. Brian Ibbett will explain the rules and what you could win.
Yeah, don't set him up for potential disappointment, Scott. It all depends on the two of you. Jam Joyzer, I'm going to give Scott and Brian a topic. The two of them are going to go back and forth giving me answers that fit that topic. If one of them gives a wrong answer, a repeated answer, or they take too long to come up with an answer, the win will go to the other player. Your job is to predict who's going to come out on top based on the topic. Today, you are playing for a couple of Steam games, Warstone TD and The Hex,
Ooh.
both on Steam, courtesy of Wesley. Thank you, Wesley.
I know neither of these, but I'm sure they're good.
Well, no,
That's-
it said TD in the second one, which is Tower Defense, which Scott hates.
Oh,
I
Warstone
hate
TD is Tower Defense?
Probably.
I'm assuming.
I hate Tower Defense, but that is no reason not to just be okay with Tower Defense. I'm not saying
Yeah,
anyone
I
else.
like Tower Defense.
Yeah, I hate it, but-
especially if it's done cleverly. If it's, if it's not, then
No, I like it when it's done poorly.
D, is that your preference?
Yeah. It
Yeah,
looks at
yeah,
that.
like-
Yeah.
Give me
This
the
is done very
poorest.
poorly.
Yeah, I guess that's a silly question, isn't it? Or a silly way to put it. Anyway, those are the prizes, but you can't play until I tell the guys the topic that they're going to be playing with. This one comes to us from Stephen Forster. This is going to be a fun one because there are only 9 answers, and
Oh my
there are
gosh.
definitively 9 answers. You guys might get all 9, but you might not, and this will be
But
fun
you might not.
trying.
I like a limited pool. Is should be easier than the 50 go-go gadgets we had last
Right,
week.
exactly,
Mhm.
exactly.
point.
All right, of the 50 states in the U.S., there are 9 states whose names do not have any repeated letters in them. For example, Colorado has a bunch of O's in it,
Yeah.
so that wouldn't count, right?
Yeah.
There are 9 of these states that do not repeat a letter in their name. How many can you name?
Okay.
Jam Joyzer, what say you? Who do you think is going to win this one, and who do you want to go first?
Oh,
Right?
I feel like Scott's gonna struggle with this. No offense.
None taken. I feel like I am also going to struggle with this, so you're fine.
And so, yeah, Brian, and I want Scott to go first.
All right, Brian to win, Scott to go first.
All right.
I have my sheet updated. very quickly flash it at you because I don't want you to see anything.
All right.
What? You got a sheet? Where's the sheet?
You got a sheet. You got a sheet right here.
I'll
Hold up to this microphone.
Yeah, do that. I'll start with Utah because duh.
Good. I would hope so. Yes.
Yeah.
Utah connection.
Mm-hmm.
Utah.
UTAH. No repeated letters.
Mm-hmm. All right, Brian.
They've been on my mind lately. I'm gonna go with New York.
Oh.
New York. Very good. 7 whole letters. None repeated.
What?
Yeah.
None repeated.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
You got
That's
it.
what you want. Yeah.
No, that's a good thing, Brian.
Yeah.
That's a
Exactly.
yeah.
I'm trying to tell you. Don't
What?
sound disappointed. You should be patting yourself on the back.
You made
For,
him
for a second
nervous.
there, I was like, wait.
Yeah.
There's 2 O's in New York. No, wait.
And O-O.
And no.
Y-O-R-K.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
All right. Just kidding. Let's
Man,
do.
Mississippi's perfect.
That's
Do that.
That's the worst one. All right. Idaho.
Idaho.
Oh, that's a
Very
good one.
good.
Had
Came
to,
up in our
had to spell it out in my
didn't-
head, but yeah.
came up on
That's what I
Friday
could've
in our
known.
panhandle discussion. States with panhandles.
Oh, right.
One of
Did.
our games.
That's right.
Idaho.
Texas.
Texas.
Ooh,
Hello?
good thing it's not Tex X S. Texas.
Or
Oh, do I have to
Texas.
say it?
As if Tex ass, it would have 2 S's. But no, it's
Why
not.
were you so slow on that?
It was,
Don't do that to me.
don't worry.
My life is
I mean,
stressful enough
it's
without you.
pretty- You don't need me to tell you if it has multiple repeating letters or not. Once you come up with, it's like, okay, that one works. It's like, oh no,
Right.
sorry, not on my list.
So sorry, buddy.
Back to Scott.
Iowa.
Iowa, 4 letters, none repeated. Very good. Back to you,
Wyoming.
Brian. Wyoming. Ooh, good
Ooh,
one.
that's a long one,
That's-
too. That's good.
That's
It
the one
was.
that's the one I struggled with. I did this one personally when he sent me the email before I looked at his answers, and Wyoming was the last one I came up with, and it took a while because I was like going state by state, and
Right. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm like,
mhm.
going
Yeah, you
from
kind of
one
have
corner.
to. All right.
And now I've totally forgotten the ones that Scott has said. I've been in
Good.
my own head for
Good.
so long. I've totally forgotten if he said 2 or 3 of them.
Hold on.
Okay.
Florida.
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 Very good. Alphabetically. Well, actually, no, I can't even say that.
Yeah, it's not F. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Dunaway. What do you like? How many is that? That's got to be like 6 by now, right? We got like 3
You
left.
guys have named
Right.
7. There are 2 left that you have not named.
2 left.
Interesting.
Yes.
Hold on a second. I'm singing the state's name in my head. Hold on a
Mhm.
second. Oh my God, all the ones I'm thinking of have repeating letters. And Scott said a couple of I ones, and I'm.
I know. This isn't easy. This is a hard one, dude.
This is one where I could have done a little timer and made it a little bit tougher for you guys. I would
You
have.
should have.
I think it would have probably made you guys struggle and freak out after the first or second one.
Right. I'm okay. Then I'm gonna go with Maine.
Maine.
Ooh, good one.
I keep going through my head, and I'm like, does it have 2 letters? Oh God.
No, that's
It
good.
does not. So
Okay.
that's
Right,
8
right,
right
right.
there. There is only 1 state left in my list.
Really?
So really, I mean, because Jam Joyzer picked you to win, Brian, the only way Jam Joyzer can win is if Scott gets this one wrong.
Scott.
Oh, actually, I take that back. If he gets it right,
He should win anyway.
that's right. Because you guys
Because we run the board, you win,
So really,
and if
so really, he's
yeah.
already won. He's won. He's won either way.
Excellent.
Never mind.
So he
Yes,
wins
all
either
right.
way right now, as of now.
but we got to
Wins
find out
either
if
way right
Scott
now.
wins.
Well, let me play this now.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Okay, so before you buzz me for being a dumbass on the last one, so this might have been the win here. May come from just who he chose first. Here, this is one of those
Right.
because. Oh my gosh.
I'm almost positive you didn't say all the I ones, but I can't remember which ones you said.
All the I ones.
I almost said Washington, but they're 2 ends.
I was
of
going in my head
Yeah,
alphabetically.
there are 2 ends in Washington. Despite what the chat room would like to believe, there really are 2 ends in Washington.
Oh, are they saying Washington?
yeah,
They shouldn't
Yeah,
say
No.
Washington.
There were people saying Washington.
That's incorrect. Okay. No, that has 2 O's.
Please tell me you were going to say Ohio.
No, I wasn't.
You almost said that earlier. I was like, oh, no, wait, Brian.
I'm just gonna say one because I'm out of ideas.
Okay.
I know this is gonna be wrong but my brain is scrambled. I'll say Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Wow. Yeah.
Eyes. Lots of eyes.
eyes!
Lots of eyes.
Shit!
Yeah.
Well, at least 2 eyes in Louisiana. And 2 A's at the very end. A-N-A.
Oh, right.
That's all right. Jam Joyzer wins, first of all. He's already won.
Yeah.
The last one, do you know it, Brian Dunaway? Is it one of those eyes that Scott hasn't mentioned?
Was it Idaho? Did he say?
Yeah, I
said
said
Idaho.
I said
Yeah.
Idaho.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember.
Well,
I
what?
said both
that was-
the Iowa and Idaho was already spoken. Vermont, the last one.
Vermont.
Ah,
That's
my
the reason why. That was later
frick.
down on my alphabetical singing list. I would have
Yes.
never got to that one.
My sister lived there. I should have known that. Dang it. All right, Vermont.
You should have known that.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing you keep. My sister
I
lived there.
always picked the states where family members have lived.
Well, I should have thought about it. Or wait,
Right.
Oregon. Spell Oregon. Oh, never
both
mind.
O's or just with 1 O?
Is it 2 O's? Never mind. So it's weird until I actually can visualize it in my head and see the letters. It's like hard for me to do it. Just phonetically, it's hard for me to hear it. It's really weird. Anyway, all right.
And this was basically, and even though it was somewhat of a spelling contest. We
It
didn't
really
actually have to
was.
spell the
Yes.
letter out.
Right, but you did
we
have to know how the state was spelled.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
oh my God, can you imagine a spelling bee that had like really quick time limits?
Oh,
Go.
dude.
Go.
Exactly. So
I-
big thanks again to Stephen Forster for a very good and very, very short list, but a very good list nonetheless.
Yeah, that was excellent. We like these kind of things. You guys should submit more of those. It's totally fine. If you send them to Brian, great. If you're like, oh, I'm on the website.
The only way
can
to do it, please send them to Brian.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Sometimes they
Send
come
them
to me, and
send them to Dunaway first, and I'll forward them.
I've gotten them before, and I've blind forwarded them the best I could, but it is best to send them to Brian and not me, because
Yep.
I don't want
And
to see
you
them.
do have a link on frogpants.com/TMS to submit them, right?
Yes, I've got links. Everything you could ever want to submit, they're all on the site. So use that to your greatest need. All right. Well, that's all well and good. Joy Jam. What's your name again? Joy Jam Jam.
Jam Joyzer.
Jam Joyzer. Hey, how do you feel about your big win?
Answer in a haiku.
Fantastic. And guys, I've been listening. I'm 24. I've been listening to various Frog Pants stuff since I was 13 in boarding school.
Oh my lord.
Nice.
And last week you're doing the haikus, and today being on call now, it's such an honor, and thank you so much. I've been listening for so long, and it's great.
How annoyed are you? How annoyed are you every time I do an Irish accent? Are you super annoyed when I do that?
I was playing GTA 5 yesterday, and in one of the ads, the radio stations, they just have like random stuff.
Yeah.
And they had a guy. He was clearly Irish, but he was also doing like the fake American Irish accent. They heard it occur. Oh, me lucky stars or lucky charms or whatever. But then when he was talking normally, he had a normal Irish accent, but he was also doing the leprechaun thing.
Weird. That's weird. Well, I would be offended if I were Irish, but since I'm not, I'll just keep doing my bad one. Congratulations and well done. We're glad to have you along for the ride for as long as you've been here, and we wish you the best day ever. All right. Brian Dunaway, normally today would be the Boop Show. However, I've got a conference call business thing at the time that we'd normally do it. However, I have good news for people. We're not just missing a week. I will put in a really old episode of something from the early days of Brian and I covering video games that will be a lovely repeat, but one that a lot of you may not even have heard yet. I don't know. But something from the annals, the archives, before it was even called the Boop Show, let's say. How's that as a hint? How do you like that?
You're going to pull it from your annals.
Uh-huh.
I can't
Right
wait.
from my annal.
Right out of your annals.
Hey, did you guys hear? This is true. There is a gas leaking from Uranus, and that is true.
No.
Not just a fun way to say a headline. It's literally true that Uranus is leaking
I
gas.
just assume that happened all the time. Is that
Well,
not
it's-
how?
Yeah, isn't it?
No, they're doing it's some kind of weird thing right now where it's leaking a bunch of gas it's not supposed to. Hold on, I'll find it.
Is it saying like excuse me afterwards? Or is
No,
it just-
it's not doing that as far as I know. Oh, here it is.
Oh, okay.
Uranus ejected a giant plasma bubble full of gas during Voyager 2's visit. So it's an old gas blob from Voyager 2 data, and they just got this data. It's brand new. So literally, Uranus is leaking gas.
Well, I don't
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it'll
Voyager.
never. That's all right. Well, it'll never reach us, and if it does, all we have to do is open a window.
That's right. Well, speaking of windows being opened all the time, Brian Dunaway will be back here Wednesday for more Battle Royale fun and goodness. You can also catch him on The Boop Show when we have it. And, of course, Film Sack this weekend. Brian Dunaway, stay out of trouble.
Too late.
Bye. Too late. All right. So now.
Because it's one of the gas giants, right? I know Jupiter and Saturn are obviously, but those four, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, are the gas giants, aren't they?
I guess so. But they don't normally leak gas, as far as I know.
Well, no.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I guess it's just not being held in by their
atmosphere.
By their atmosphere.
Right. Wouldn't you like to
keep it inside?
So I've always said this, but I don't know what it would actually be like. But if you could build me a suit that could withstand the atmospheres of any of the gas giants, and also teleport me there, so I don't have to fly for years to get there.
Sure.
I would want to be teleported onto the surface, if there is one, of Jupiter, and I want to walk around Jupiter and see what that looks like.
Walk around that great red spot and see what it's like in the great red spot.
Yeah, if it wouldn't affect me,
hurricane.
If the constant hurricane style gas, freaking caustic winds, whatever's in there, if I could just be there without all that stuff giving me trouble, that'd be awesome.
That would be really cool.
I think that would be so cool, dude.
Someday we'll have a way to maybe not send you there, but send some sort of drone there with 360 vision. You can just pop on your Oculus Quest and it'll be like you're there. Have Kim standing around with your fan and sulfur.
That's
and,
perfect.
Blowing it all on you.
That's perfect. Do we know enough? I mean, I know that there's no ground to stand on. You have to kind of hover. But do we know anything about what it would actually look like?
I think there is ground way underneath all the clouds. I don't think it's just a ginormous ball of
I thought
gas.
I thought it was just gas. Is there solid matter in there?
There's still a solid matter inside, isn't there?
I don't know. I've always heard that when I was a kid, they'd say, "Hey, if you were on Jupiter, you'd weigh 900 pounds or whatever." And so I assumed that meant, well, you'd have to stand somewhere to know how much you weigh, right?
Like a solid core, right? It's
Yeah.
got. I mean, otherwise, there wouldn't be a mass that would have an atmosphere that would hold in all that gas.
Identity 4 says at some point the hydrogen gas gets so dense it becomes solid metal.
Oh wow, really? Okay.
This is like some No Man's Sky shit down there, man.
Wow.
You know those No Man's Sky planets that are all metal stuff and metal plating and everything?
yeah.
That's what I want it to look like.
Here we go. 1997, the existence of the core was suggested by gravitational measurements indicating a mass of still 12 to 45 times the mass of Earth, but still only about 4 to 14% of the total mass of Jupiter. So it's a small core compared to how much gas is around it, but
it's so dense that the gravitational
still-
pull is huge on that tiny core, right?
Yeah. So
I want to go down there.
yeah.
I want to walk around on there, see what's up,
you ain't gonna be able to see much.
get some ferrite
I can't
dust.
see my hand in front of my face.
Yep.
My space hands in front of my space face.
It's all ferrite dust and
That's right.
whatever else they
Exactly.
got down there. Have to scan for it.
Yep.
All right. Well done. We did a thing. We now have some time for the news, which starts here. Time for the news brought to you by.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Remember Smush Ups? How could anyone forget? Peter Brinkman, the Zomniac on Twitch, who has a name that suggests that he should be a newscaster, has been hard at work making more. Maybe one day they'll be as awesome as Jamie's mashups and become a regularly featured thing on TMS. One can dream. In the meantime, all those clamoring for more of those lovingly slowed down and smushed together clips of Scott and Brian, and sometimes guests, into bite-sized 2-minute episodes can be found at their permanent home, smushups.com. That's SMOOSHUPS.com. New episodes are released every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Please rate, review, and subscribe wherever you get your podcast. That's Smushups, SMOOSHUPS.com for all your smushy needs.
I like the smush ups. I like them a lot.
I do too.
Yeah.
Something tells me I might be getting away to advertise Smush Ups shortly upon my person.
Oh, Oh.
And it won't be with a permanent tattoo like many would speculate.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. Hey, real quick here. At the break, you guys will hear a version of a smush up, sort of ish, that will crack you up. But that's all I'll say because it's mostly for
it's
mostly
Is this
for
the one that
Brian's
was tweeted?
enjoyment. No, it's one for Brian's enjoyment. That is not you. It is not of you. But,
Okay.
But you will still enjoy it. You'll still enjoy it. That tweet one was pretty good.
God, it was the box with all the pizza cheese in the lid.
What does that sound like? Slowed down, Jamie. Will you?
No,
don't grab that little bit we just did, and then just slow that down. I want to hear what that Inception sounds like.
Unrecognizable is what that's going to be.
It'll be like the van going in the river while.
Boom.
Yeah, boom. While everyone else is doing their stuff faster. All right. Hey, look at this first story here. There's an online tool. You might call us that. We're kind of online tools.
We're a couple of online tools.
That tells you how much poop you'll have to produce to use up your coronavirus toilet paper stock. Okay. So this is
finally the internet finally being used for something important and useful.
Took them long enough. This is called thepooptool.com, and this is legit. Let's see.
Well, I mean, there's speculation on how much toilet paper you personally use.
Yeah, this is just so
it's based on averages and sure.
Right, usual averages, like regular people. This doesn't count for people with like a really active bowel or whatever it is,
or with a bidet or
any of that. So just know that going into this. Here's the screenshot chat room, or here's the page. We're gonna go ahead and do this together. So how many toilet paper rolls do you have? Let's say I have. Let's go on the high end. Let's say we have.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think we probably have 24 rolls in our house right now.
All right, let's do it. Let's do that then. 24.
Okay.
And then people in your household 2, right?
Mm-hmm. That's what we have too.
It says here you have to produce 115 kilograms of poop to use your coronavirus toilet paper stock. If normally used, your stock will last 144 days. So, Brian, with what you have, your conservative number, you're just regular stock, you can go 144 days.
And that's not even considering the bidet, right? Because, I mean, basically I use probably a third of what I normally would use toilet paper-wise because of the fantastic bidet.
Now, I'm going to take some...
What we need is Toto Washlet as a sponsor of the show and send us both Toto Washlets.
Are those the little handheld ones? The little
No, those are the full-on Japanese smart toilets that that sing to you and have an air dryer and
if anybody works for the Washlet people, let us know. We'd like to hook up with you. Okay, here, let's go crazy. let's say you had 50 rolls. It only lets you go to 50 on this.
I know it doesn't let you go to like even 24 is a case, a typical Charmin case, right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess you can
would be 2 cases.
I guess you can just do the math and say, well, I have 100, so
yourself,
yeah.
But 50 is the maximum that even 50, almost a year if you have 50 rolls of toilet paper.
300 days for 2 people. If you have 4 people, 150 days, you'll have to produce 240 kilograms of poop to use your coronavirus toilet paper stock. Even if you had a house of 7 people, 86 days. Mm-hmm. Y'all took too much toilet paper.
Now, a couple people have pointed out that this does not take into consideration women in the house that pee, because toilet paper is used by women, and when they they do a number 1,
they dab the Virginia when they're done, right?
That's right.
Isn't that the term?
Also has 2 eyes in Virginia, by the way.
Yes, I was aware of that one.
Oh no, 3 eyes in Virginia.
Forgot
about that first one.
Yeah, you can't forget
Virginia.
You can't spell virgin without I in it, or whatever the old saying goes. Anyway, enjoy that. That's fun. Again, it's over at thepooptool.com. Show that to your dumbest neighbor who bought the most toilet paper and see what they think.
Or you can make a mock apple pie with toilet paper.
That's right.
Extra toilet paper. Yeah.
Well, we moved from poo to foo.
Poo to foo.
Poo to foo.
Hey, did you watch any of that? There was a thing last night, the home concert for America. It was iHeartRadio thing. I don't know what it was really called, but it was an iHeartRadio deal where they had a bunch of musicians get together. Mm-hmm. Elton John apparently put this whole thing together to have people play from their houses. And Dave Grohl did My Hero, played My Hero on his guitar acoustic.
I did see that. It was great. I didn't know it was part
That
of a
was-
bigger thing. I thought it was just him in a one-off or something. But
That and Billy Joe from Green Day were probably, I don't know, Alicia Keys was really good. There were a couple highlights.
Mhm.
There were a couple that we fast forwarded through. Backstreet Boys, boy, when they don't have vocal tricks and stuff going on, I'd say about 3/5 of the Backstreet Boys actually have good voices.
That's
but they
funny.
all have nice houses.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That being '90s boy band people that paid the bills.
Yeah. Yeah, it was more. It was less about hearing the songs they sang and looking at the backgrounds of their houses. Like, oh, look at all the books that Elton John has collected, and oh wow, look at like that's where he puts his award, huh? Okay.
Mhm. Oh yeah. This was from all their individual homes for the Backstreet Boys. How were they singing
Yeah.
together? What were they doing?
Via Skype, kind of what we do here, Scott, with like
Really?
some sort of Zoom or Skype. Or
Yeah, but
something
how
like
do you
that. Yeah.
how do you coordinate the singing though? There's lag on all those services. How do you do that?
I don't know.
Like if I played this. Here, I'm going to try something with you, okay?
Okay, are we gonna try and sing along?
I just want you to sing along with this the minute you
Okay.
hear it. Okay, so this is
Yeah.
the Wii shopping music, and I want you to just sing along as you
Oh,
hear it.
Give me a song. Do you have anything karaoke? Like play that Gambler chip tune. that
Okay,
you
we'll
were
do
playing
that.
earlier.
We can do that. Okay, so
Okay,
here,
all right.
here we go. Let's try this. Okay. To give it a second.
Yeah. Summer's Eve on a train bound to nowhere. I met up with a gambler. We were both too tired to sleep.
Okay, now stop there.
Yeah, yeah. I want to hear it back. Like how laggy was I? How off was I?
So I'm gonna pause this. Okay. So
How off was I?
So okay, wait. Okay, now. Okay, I'll go back.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Summer's Eve on a train bound to nowhere. I met up with.
So I want. That's why I'm
Oh, that's
asking.
awesome.
That's why I'm saying, if they have that kind of lag, how do they manage it? I don't know.
Well,
Maybe they had
So-
ISDN lines and this direct music-y things, or I don't know.
well, they probably. I mean, they still would record locally, and then somebody. It wasn't. I don't think it was a live. It wasn't a live deal done, right?
Okay.
So as long as I'm still singing along to what I hear,
Yeah.
someone can take my solo recording
Right.
and match it up with everybody else's.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. You're probably right. I thought it was a live deal, so I guess they're not doing that.
No.
That's probably a little asking a little too much.
No,
there.
as a matter of fact, I mean, even the Backstreet Boys stuff, like at one point, Aaron Carter, is
Yeah,
that right? Aaron Carter,
Aaron Carter,
sitting
yeah.
on, sitting on his couch in front of his pool, and then like a half a second later, he's standing up, and they've got like 5 stripes of the dudes all singing at the same time. So that even their recording was probably a ton of different takes that they picked the best ones of.
Oh, duh, it's Nick Carter, because I would know that.
Oh,
It's-
Nick Carter, right. Aaron Carter was the right.
Yeah, I would evoke his
Brother
name and I'd
of
yell
the-
for the kids for dinner. I'd go, Nick Carter, time for dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, see, Stephanie, I could maybe name 4 of the NSYNC guys. I think I could. I don't think I could name any of the. Obviously, can't name any of the Backstreet. Kevin,
Nealon.
not Federline. Kevin
Nealon.
not Kevin Nealon. That'd be great.
Yeah, it would
Kevin
be great.
Nealon, a member of the.
Kevin.
All right, are you challenging me? All right. Here we go. NSYNC, Justin Timberlake,
Okay, got
Joey
it.
Fatone, or
Got
Fat One.
That one.
JC Chazes, who's the guy? Lance Bass, want to go into space.
Yeah.
And the last one is Enrico Palazzo.
Nope. 4 out of 5. Not
not
bad.
not Enrico Palazzo.
No,
All right,
pretty-
there we
pretty
go.
good,
I
though.
hit my 4 out of 5 though.
Okay, I can name one of the. Not Backstreet Boys. Who are the other ones? The ones before them. Before NSYNC.
New Kids on the Block.
New Kids on the Block. I can name
All
one.
right, okay.
Mark
You can name one.
or John or Donnie Wahlberg. That's it.
There you go. Yeah.
I don't know the rest of them. I don't know who they are. And I like Donnie Wahlberg as an actor way more than I ever liked him as a.
How many members of 98 Degrees? Wasn't Nick Lachey a member of 98 Degrees? There you go. I could name one 98 degree.
How about I can name one of the what was the Spanish group?
Menudo?
The one.
Oh well, sure. Yeah, we could all name Ricky Martin.
Yeah,
Come
Ricky
on
Martin.
now.
That's it. That's all I know.
Was Enrique Iglesias a member of Menudo at any point?
I don't
Can we
think so.
count
I think
him?
he was just backdrafting on his dad's success. I think because his dad was in. What was his name? Horatio Iglesias? No, what's his first name?
Julio Iglesias.
Julio.
Horatio Iglesias.
All right. Name Britney Spears. Oh, I don't think I can do it. Boys to Men. Oh yeah, Boys to Men. Let's see. Did anybody break out of that?
Men. Well, New Edition had Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown.
What did Boys to Men? I can't even name the three members of Tony, and Tone, even though it's right there in their name.
Yeah. I don't know him either.
TLC. Okay, TLC is Lisa Left Eye Lopez.
Yep.
Was Spinderella, or is she just sang with TLC sometimes? Or is that Salt and Pepper?
I don't know who that is. Spinderella.
I
don't know. I only know the Left Eye Lopez.
Yeah, I think
girl.
I've got Lisa Left Eye Lopez. Yeah, that's all I got.
Destiny's Child.
Run
You got
DMC, yeah,
Beyonce.
Run DMC had Daryl McDaniels, Reverend Run, and
DJ Jazzy Jeff. No,
Enrico
that's the other Jeff.
Palazzo. Spinderella was Salt and Pepper. They say okay.
I don't remember
come
that.
on, Spice Girls. Come on. Don't even.
Yeah, don't even start with
Scoop of
Spice
chocolate,
Girls.
Scoop of chocolate, scoop of vanilla. Don't waste my time.
Yeah, Brian knows those already.
First and last name of all the Spice Girls, their corresponding Spice name. All right, Emma Bunton, Baby Spice. Melanie Chisholm, Sporty Spice. Melanie Brown, Scary Spice. Jerry Halliwell, Ginger Spice, originally Sexy Spice. And finally, who haven't I named? Oh, Posh.
Posh Spice.
Victoria Beckham.
Yeah, very good. Well done. We knew you'd have that one.
Thank you. Yes. All right, let's go.
Now name.
Wu-Tang Clan. RZA, SZA.
Uh-huh. Impreza and
Impreza.
Shizza.
Impreza.
The Impreza. The Isuzu Impreza. The Beatles. Jim, Frank, Larry, and Cheese
There
Whiz.
you go. Exactly. This is getting even better.
No, I was thinking of a thing. What was I thinking of? I forgot now. Gosh dang it, chat room, you distracted me. They do that. That's what they do.
They distracted you from the question that they asked to distract us. by
Yeah,
the way,
you
just
asked
so
us
you
a
know.
question, and then I was going to go for it. Oh, no, I was going to say the best fake boy band name ever is on Bob's Burgers. It's that Boys for Now band. I love that name.
Boys for Now.
It's so good. They are so good. It's so dumb and funny. I love it. Boys for Now. All right. Let's do
anyway.
this.
Foo Fighters.
Foo
we were going
Fighters.
to talk about.
That's right.
Yes.
The Foo Fighters has nothing to do with this concert thing, but the Foo Fighters say ghosts disrupted recording sessions for their new album. Ooh! Foo Fighters have claimed the recording of their 10th album was disrupted by mischievous ghosts. The rock giants decamped to a 1940s house in Encino, California, but immediately realized the vibe was off as their instruments became out of tune and tracks they recorded were mysteriously deleted. When walked,
their producer said, "Oh yeah, must have been a ghost. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I had backups of everything.
yeah, it wasn't me. Anyway,
Anyway, hey, who wants lunch? Oh, my treat. Jersey Mike's.
Jersey Mike's, everybody. When we walked into the house in Encino, this is Dave Grohl saying this, we knew the vibes were different, or were definitely off, but the sound was effing on, he says. We started working there, and it wasn't long before things started happening. We would come back to the studio the next day, and all the guitars would be detuned. Or the setting we had put on the board, all of them had gone back to zero. We would open up Pro Tools session tracks, and they would be missing. There were some tracks that were put there that didn't belong there. But just like weird open mic noises, nobody playing an instrument or anything like that. Just an open mic recording a room. He continued, and we'd effing zero in on the sounds within that, and then we'd hear voices. And we didn't hear voices or anything really decipherable, but something was happening.
Yeah.
And to that I would say, there goes my hero. Watch him as he ghosts. All right.
Ghosts. Oh, there you go. There, Ghost, my hero.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
So when that sort of thing happens, that's usually what? Like the drummer's just being a dick and messing with people?
Oh, no, I mean, it's just a bunch of coincidences. That's all.
All right.
Sure, okay, things were on zero, and Trex got missing, and I mean the vibe's definitely off. That you'd start thinking that when the other things start happening, you might say, "Oh my God, yeah." Well, not only that, but I didn't really feel it this recording session, right? Did you? And well, now that you mention it, no.
Yeah, but also everything.
In other words, a Ghost ate our new album. Sorry.
Right. And everything sounds like your original theory, which is the producer screwed something up, so now he's putting other things in place to try to explain away his screw up. That's what it sounds like to me.
Right. It's the ghost of the woman who was killed in the recording studio next to the band when they were recording Roller Coaster of Love, or Love Roller Coaster by the OJs.
OJs, right?
Might be wrong on the
Roller Coaster of Love.
Ohio Players.
Oh,
Ohio
okay.
Players.
The OJs.
But there was, the urban legend is that there was somebody being killed in the studio next to the Ohio Players when they were recording that song. You can hear her screams on the song.
Nice.
Say what?
My favorite thing of the week back at dealing with ghosts is I got really into Ghost, the band Ghost. And,
yeah.
I couldn't remember what it was, so I had to text Brian and say, dude, what's the name of that band with the Pope-looking guy in it? And he says, Ghost. And then I listened to Ghost for hours while we were doing all those rib runs, we call them now, running ribs all over town.
Well, that's funny.
And,
we were heading to a local restaurant that we like called the Village Tavern. They rely on a ton of dine-in traffic, so they had a deal going on where they're like, all right, well, the steaks that we have, the eggs, the butter, all this stuff, butter probably would, but all this stuff is not going to keep for a month, so we're selling what's called a quarantine kit. So for $70, you got this whole pile of food, pound of butter, shrimp, 2 ginormous ribeyes, salmon fillets, all this stuff.
Sounds so good.
For $70, a big bottle of wine. It's like, all right, this is the deal. So
that's a good deal.
It's a really good deal.
Yeah. That price is good.
Looking forward to having ribeye tonight for dinner.
Ribeye. I think
no toilet paper, although their ads show toilet paper next to the bottle of wine.
Oh, really? That's hilarious. For some reason, my camera's all out of focus. Not yours, but theirs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, chat room. I don't know why I'm out of focus. It's not out of focus.
Is there a way to fix the focus so that as you move, or if you put your hands in front or something, it doesn't throw off the focus?
Usually there's you can turn that off, but once you turn it off, you have
down.
to make sure you've locked your space. I thought I did that, but maybe I didn't. I don't know. You guys can live with it for this show. You're going to have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Here's some good news. A medical fetish site donated their entire stock of disposable scrubs to the National Health Service.
What's a medical fetish site? Like, what is
It's you're into nurses and doctors, and they say, hey doctor, there's something wrong with my pelvis. Oh,
right, exactly.
Hold on, nurse, get in here.
I'm going to need to do a full body exam.
Yeah, bring in the 40. I need 20 cc's of lube, stat. That sort of thing, right? Well,
right, exactly.
So it says here, a medical fetish company says it has donated its entire stock to the National Health Service in Britain, MedFet UK. That's short for medical fetish.
MedFet.
They did this after being contacted by procurement representatives struggling to find the right equipment during the coronavirus pandemic. Writing about it on Twitter, the company said, "Today we donated our entire stock of disposable scrubs to this hospital. It was just a few sets because we don't carry large stocks, but they were desperate, so we sent them free of charge. We have been contacted this week by representatives of the NHS procurement all over the country trying to source basic protective equipment and clothing. When we, a tiny company set up to serve a small section of the kink community, find ourselves being sought out as a last resort supplier for our National Health Service in a time of crisis, something is seriously wrong. In fact, it's scandalous," they say.
Scandalous.
Anyway.
Do you, as a medical professional, accept a donation from a medical porn site of scrubs that we say they haven't been used in any of our videos, but
depends on how desperate you are, I guess. I think I would, because at this point they'll take anything. Like, you just need stuff. So I probably would take them, and I would assume these things are, verifiably clean and unused. Yeah,
exactly.
You would hope, but who knows till you get them. So hopefully that all worked out. All right, we are going to take a break. When we come back, major spoilers, Trek Nerd, all that fun business. Before that, though, we have a song to play, and Brian is the guy to play it.
Yes. So the singer that we're going to be playing was on CBS This Morning this last weekend, the Saturday sessions, and she is great. This is like this takes me back to, oh my gosh, there was